Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Rico Report, brought to you by the Buffalo Fanatics. It's your boy Rico. It's the Rico Report. We are about to dive into the post-game show. The Buffalo Bills hold on. They hold on to a victory over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that just wouldn't die. Oh my goodness, because that's exactly how that felt, folks. They wouldn't die. And it wasn't that they wouldn't die. We just wouldn't allow them to die. We just kept on giving them life. The Bills were giving these guys life because this was a team that we were far more superior than. We were a much better team than they were. But we let them stay alive. We became conservative. We became conservative Kathy. We just kind of 4th and 2, we gonna punt it. 4th and 2, we gonna punt it. Now, I understand it. I understand what the notion was. Their offense wasn't moving the ball at all on us. So if we ain't gonna move the ball, you certainly aren't gonna move the ball. So you are going to start from your 2-yard line, 4-yard line, and you're gonna have to earn every yard. And I think our defense is good enough that you're not going to. And you're just going to give the ball back to us, and we'll do what we do. But I got to say, folks, I gotta keep it as honest and unbiased as possible. Am I happy about the win? You damn right I am. Because there's no way that we as Bills fans would have been satisfied. We as Bills fans would have been satisfied with a loss and say, well, at least we put some points on the board. But no, there's no way. Now, I'm loving that we won the game, but it just wasn't like a dominant win. Like we would have liked to see to show me that we're prepared to go and face the Bengals in 10 days' time. Because right now, going into facing the Bengals, I'm confident that we will show up and we'll be competitive, but I'm not confident that we're back on track. We saw some good things today. Don't get me wrong. And we're going to talk about it. But for the most part, the conservative play nature kind of threw me off in the second half. Although I understood it, although I stand with the notion that you're going to have to score on us and you're going to have to work for it. Fam, I'm okay with that part. That part I'm okay with. It's just that there are some moments where we could have did way better. We could have been more aggressive. You know what I'm saying? We could have put them away long before. But we allowed them to stay in the game long enough that they had an opportunity to win the game. That I'm not for. Of course, these stupid penalties. Are you kidding me? Fam, Jordan Phillips. What are you, Jerry Hughes? Reincarnated? What are you doing? The game, we could have ended the game long ago. You gave him life. We gave him life. We resuscitated them. You know what I'm saying? We kind of put them down again. They're out, but we're like, nah. Stay up. Let me give you some CP. Come on, man. Now, you know how we do. We got to give flowers to the Buccaneers because we probably got some Bucs fans watching. So we can't just sit here and just talk about the Bills. We got to give a little bit of love to the Buccaneers. And the Buccaneers, give credit to them. They stayed alive enough for them to get a chance to the point where Godwin, had he turned around and looked up, that ball could have landed right in his arms. For goodness sake, We got out of that one. we certainly got out of that one. Now let's talk about Baker Mayfield. Did not. He doesn't stand like there's no put two candles next to each other. You know what I'm saying? His is burnt out. That's a burnt out candle. Josh Allen's candle is burning nice and bright. Those two are in different fields, different playing level. It's just not the same, right? Tough player, you know what I'm saying? Gritty, all that stuff. You mean his teammates like him, but he ain't on Josh Allen's level at all, right? Not one bit. But we absolutely did let this team hang around way too long. Way too long. Baker Mayfield today went 25 for 42, 237 yards, 5 yards a pop. He dinked and dunked his way all through the game. All through the game, he dinked and dunked his way. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. He took 3 sacks and had a rating of 91.1. Rachaad White, which I have on my fantasy team, by the way, 9 carries for 39 yards. We kept this team to under 80 yards rushing. Kudos to a team that is depleted in injury. Daquan Jones gone. Ed Oliver being back was a big plus, big, huge plus. Obviously, Matt Milano being out. Terrell Dotson got to start next to Terrell Bernard. And obviously, Trey White being out and Christian Benford had, listen, we'll talk about that in just a moment. But nonetheless, we kept this team to under 80 yards. Rachaad White, 9 for 39. And then, I mean, your next best guy is Baker Mayfield, for crying out loud. So their running game is they got to fix that, right? And you went up against a defense that is still pretty damn good. We have a very good defensive system in Buffalo. We may have lost some guys, but the system that McDermott has in place is top notch. There's nothing you could do about that. That's just what it is. It's been like that for years. For years. Even when Frazier is here and Frazier being gone, it's the same damn defense with a little bit more aggressiveness. Today we played a little more conservative, but for the most part, this defense has got a great system. You just got to fit the system. Receiving. Rachaad White was their leading receiver with 70 yards. Off of 7 targets. Dink and dunk. That's what they had to do. They had no choice because that defense was on their butt today. Chris Godwin, 5 for 54. He looked really slow today. I don't know what it is. He looked kind of slow to me today. Everything looked like it was moving slow today. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it's because Thursday Night Football. I have no idea. It just didn't feel like there was some speed on that field today. Mike Evans was quiet as a mouse all up until the 4th quarter. And with a lucky bounce off of Benford's help. Listen, for the most part, this defense did a good job today. A good job. Levante David, 14 tackles. Ryan Neal, 13 tackles. He had a rough day himself today. And that punter, Jake Camarda, my man punted 6 times for 300 yards, man. Averaged 50 yards a punt. I mean, I don't really, there's not much else for me to say about those Bucs. The Bucs, they're not on the level of the Bills. And the Bills almost played down to that level of play. And I'm sorry, we've got to get out of that mindset. We are an alpha team. It's like we've forgotten. We started to, you know what I mean? We turned into a beta. Come on, son. We got to be way better. We got to be way better. We got to be way better. All 4 quarters. But you know what? I was encouraged in the first 2 quarters. I was very much encouraged. We saw old Josh Allen take off and run Josh Allen. And sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes you got to get out of the offensive coordinator, whether it's offensive coordinator Ken Dorsey, whether it's head coach Sean McDermott, pulling the reins or saying, do not run. They had to open it up. Sometimes you got to, because that is the identity of your offense. It runs through 17. I know you're trying to say, hey, but we can't just run it through 17. But I'm sorry, it's just what it is. You drafted this guy knowing what he's capable of doing. He's a dual threat. And you've capped him from being a dual threat. You know what I'm saying? You capped him. The whole league knows he could run. But we're sitting here like, okay, so he's not going to run? All right, he's had 6 games of not running. All right, we're going to have to defend him differently. Now, the whole league knows, okay, old Josh Allen's back. Old Josh Allen's back, so now we've got to be on our P's and Q's. We can't just sit there in the zone or play man-to-man, think he's not going to take it, because you play man-to-man and you spread that out, he's going to take it, and he's going to gash you for 15 yards. He'll gash you for 15, 20, 25. Old Josh Allen is back. Hopefully. hopefully we can keep it up. And once that shoulder starts to heal up, because right now that shoulder is an issue. That shoulder is a problem. It's a problem. And it's going to be a problem until hopefully this little mini bye that we get, because we're going to have some time off until our next game, can heal up a little bit and he's back into it. And then we got to wait till week 13 for us to have a whole week off. So hopefully by then we can get some things popping. So let's get into this game, man. Let's get into this game because there's so much to get into. And we're going to start with Josh Allen and this offense. And the whole world was watching. Bills Mafia more specifically were watching this game to see, okay, so where are we gonna find our angles here? Like, what route are we gonna take? So first things first, you got to go into the inactive list. The inactive list only had one tight end on the field. So what does that tell you? 12 personnel, scrap that. Scrap that. There ain't no 12 personnel. We're not going double tight end. We're not doing that because that changes the way this offense rolls. And I will tell you, quite frankly, the first half of this game was reminiscent of, you know what I'm saying, the Dable offense of old, right? Spread that ball out. We're shotgun most of the time, which we understand. And you're just going to have to stop us. You're going to have to stop us. We're not going to adjust to the defense. The defense is going to have to adjust to us. And I'll tell you this much. People may not want to talk about it or may not want to bring it up. You might be thinking it, but this offense rolls way smoother. I'm not saying it rolls better. I'm saying it rolls way smoother when Diggs is not the primary guy that you're forcing the ball to. When you force the ball to Diggs, you get what we got in the second half. A stagnant offense that 3 and out, you out. Did you not notice in the first half when the ball was being spread out, going to Gabe Davis, going to Khalil Shakir, the ball was moving. The ball was moving, people. The offense had rhythm. We were on beat. We were on absolute beat. We were on beat. We were working. See that? That's what was happening. That's what was happening. We were on rhythm. We were on beat. Everybody was dancing to the same, you know what I'm saying, same music. Until we got to the second half, and then we started kind of force-feeding Stephon Diggs. And I get it. You can't make your star receiver unhappy. You got to get him his football. You got to get him his targets. But my goodness, the rhythm of the offense looked fantastic. My man Joey Hayes, like, hey. You got to be on rhythm, man. This is part of this game, man. If you're in sync, you're in rhythm, things move smoothly. It's like moving furniture. When you go and help a friend, you go help a friend move furniture or a family member or whatever the case is, and you pick up a big dresser, and we got to go on 3. Let's pick this thing up. On 1, 2, 3. Wait a minute. Are we doing on 3? Are we going 1, 2, 3 lift? Or are we going 1, 2 lift on 3? Which is it? Okay, so we're on the same page. You got to be on the same page. I know you've lifted something where you're like, all right, on 3, man. 1, 2, one guy lifted, the other one doesn't. It's like, hey, dude, what are we doing here? Well, this was the offense. Everything was lifting. Everybody's lifting at the same time, moving things, man. Y'all feeling that? If you guys understand what I'm saying, smash that like. If you guys are here for the very first time, you've never heard of this channel, this is the Buffalo Fanatics. This is the Rico Report. Smash that like while you're here. Let's get this video. Let's get it up to 700 likes. 700 likes. That's easy. Easy peasy. Y'all can do that. Y'all can do that. But let me get back to it, man. Somebody said, you got to hire movers, bro. Hire the movers. No, we are the movers. We're trying to save $1 here and there. Get all your friends. I'll order some cheap pizza, and we're going to do it up. But I'm saying, yeah, the rhythm was working, man. And I loved every bit of it. So kudos to Ken Dorsey. Kudos. And I'm giving kudos to Ken Dorsey for now because I got some beef with Ken Dorsey. But kudos to Ken Dorsey for listening. Whether we want to admit that he was listening to the fan base, listening to national media, I don't know. But you clearly saw a different offense today with letting Josh Allen do what he does. You let Josh Allen do what he does. And look, the offense look good. The offense look good. You got to listen, man. Some of these cats, whether it's Dorsey or whether it's McDermott, get out of your own way, fam. Let's go right into it. We're on the goal line. I absolutely hated this sequence. The drive to get to the goal line was great. We actually saw Ken Dorsey call a mother effing running back screen. What? It's like Dorsey was listening to it's like he's been listening to not only my stream, but every other Bills content stream saying run a freaking running back screen. It was a weird type of screen, though. It was maybe it was like a slip screen. I got to go watch it again. It was just, I was like, well, was that a screen? No way. It happened so fast. I blinked. I was like, what? And then we do a shovel pass to Kincaid that almost got in the end zone. We're like, where were these plays before? Like, we're waiting till week freaking 8 to pull these things out. Like, what? These are. Come on, man. It's not like these are like specialty plays. They're not. Fundamental plays that you know what I mean, a running back screen, a little shovel pass. Like, come on, fam. Really? So then we get to the goal line. We're on the 2-yard line, and we remain in shotgun, and we give the football to Latavius Murray. I have no problems with giving the football to Latavius Murray. I don't, but not out of shotgun. Let that brother run downhill. No. We're going to stay in shotgun. So we stay in shotgun on third and 2. Then we go to 4th and 2. We stay in shotgun again, and we do a piss poor pass. Bro, your quarterback is 6'5", 240. Your guards are over 300 pounds. I'll take my chance and let Josh Allen try to get me those 2 yards to get me a touchdown. Yeah, I did it last game against the Patriots, for crying out loud. What the hell changed? All of a sudden, because we don't have a second tight end, we can't put our head down and get going. That's what pisses me off about Ken Dorsey. I can give him his praise, but that's the thing that pees me off with Ken Dorsey, with that nonsense. You getting too cute. You getting cute on the goal line, man. Get gritty. Tell your boys it's time to go. Take Kincaid out. Bring another lineman in. I'm signing in, coach. I'm signing in, ref. I'm the 6th lineman. Let's go. I don't give a damn if the team knows what you're doing. They got to stop you. Deion Sanders said it best, man. I don't care if you guys can read my play card and know what I'm doing. You still got to stop the play. Okay, it's going to be a pitch to the right side of the field. I'm telling you, it's a 28 pitch. You know what I'm saying? It's a 37 pitch, 37 sweep, whatever you want to call it. You got to stop it. There are times when I was playing, like when we played, anytime you guys played ball and coach was so upset, and he says, run the play again. Didn't that ever happen? Run the play again. And defense is like, we know it's coming. I know you know it's coming, but we're going to execute it. And guess what? We run the play freaking 6 or 7 times straight. Defense knows it's coming, but you got to stop it. So here we are on the freaking goal line. The Bills are on the goal line. Put your freaking center under, put your quarterback under center and call it a day. Now, I don't want to hurt our quarterback. He's banged up. I don't want to get him in there. Okay. Well, we can't get creative and say, you know what? James Cook, you're going to take the snap. Reggie Gilliam, you take the snap, Reggie Gilliam. You can't get creative that way? All right? Come on, man. Nah, I'm not buying that. Ken Dorsey, yo, I'm telling you right now, man, you're on pins and needles the whole way through until the end of the season. You got to make up for it, man. You do. You had last year. You had 4 years previous as the offensive quarterbacks coach. You're in your 2nd year of doing the offense. Bro, we got to be better. You got to put yourself in better position. And our red zone sucks. There's a statistic out there. I didn't realize we were this bad in the red zone. I really didn't. There's I think it was Aaron Schatz. I believe that's his name. I don't want to mess that brother's name up. Warren Sharp, excuse me. I say Aaron Schatz. Warren Sharp. So he had a tweet that said Chiefs and the Bills, right? Two of the better teams in the AFC. We'll say AFC. The 2 best offenses in the NFL. One has been 3 one has been to 3 of the last 4 Super Bowls. The other hasn't advanced past the divisional round in consecutive years. Obviously, we know that's the Bills, right? But there's one crucial difference between these two offenses, and it has to be fixed. Guess what it was, folks? Look at this. Bills' goal line offense the last 2 years were ranked 32nd in efficient play. We're ranked 31st in TD rate, and we're ranked 31st in points per drive. Josh Allen has completed just 34.6% of his passes at the goal line. Not anywhere close to the league average, which is 52.4%. 32. That's on the OC. You got to draw better plays than that. You got to. You can't be one of the best offenses in the game, and then when you get in the red zone on the goal line, you complete passes at 34%. What? Nah, we got to be better. You got to be better. The league average is 52, and we're at 34, 32, 33%. No, you can't do that. Now, Josh Allen, on the other hand, I'm not going to sit here and poo-poo all over Josh Allen because Josh Allen looked like a different cat today. Josh Allen went 31 for 40. There's our 40 number again. 40, you're teetering close. And I'm going to tell you, if that Hail Mary happened, there's that 40 attempts. So Josh went for 31 for 40, 324 yards, 8 yards a pop, 2 tutties, and a deflected pass that was intercepted. Boys and girls, when that ball is in the air, find a way to bat that thing down, especially if it's soaring that way. I don't care what you got to do. Punch that thing. Do what you got to do. Bat that thing down. Don't let anybody try to get that. Anyways, that was the interception that Josh threw. He took 2 sacks today and had a rating of 106.7. Honestly, that's the Josh that we're accustomed to. Furthermore, Josh Allen had 41 yards rushing. So if you bet and if you put money and you have or you do fantasy and you're on the fantasy underdog and you bet on Josh to run the ball for more than 41 yards, you probably did yourself a favor. Did you
Underdog
not?
Fantasy is the easiest place to play fantasy sports. It's also the fastest growing fantasy app in the industry. In the pick'em game, you can pick whether your favorite players will have a higher or lower stat total in that week's game for a chance to win big. And as you already know, I'm going Josh Allen higher in yards every single week. So sign up today with promo code Buffalo Fanatics and get your first deposit doubled up to $100. Visit underdogfantasy.com or find them in the App Store. And don't forget to register with promo code Buffalo Fanatics to get your first deposit doubled up to $100.
By the way, I appreciate you guys tuning in. This is the Rico Report. This is the Buffalo Fanatics. This is the post-game show. Bills over the Bucs. We were just talking about Josh Allen and his joie de vivre. People were like, "What? Joie de vivre? What is that?" Well, I mean, listen, it was nice to see him live life and be the quarterback that we're used to him seeing from him. He just looked like himself. He looked happy. Did he not look happy? And when Josh is happy, the offense is happy. And when the offense is happy, we score points. And that's exactly what happened. We were scoring points until the second half, but that's a whole nother ball game. So 324 yards for Josh, 2 tutties, interception with a 106 rating. Let's stick to Josh a little bit. Josh also had 7 carries for 41 yards, and we had actually design runs. For crying out loud, Mr. Dorsey. What took you so long, sir? You should have had that thing cranking and cracking by week 2 and 3. Keep these defenses guessing. Because if you are one-dimensional, because that's what you've made us, just a passing team or a running team, but you got to integrate Josh Allen because now you just don't know. Am I holding onto the ball? Am I giving up the ball? Am I throwing the ball? You don't relegate me to Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan ain't running the football. He's either handing it off or he's throwing that thing. Don't make me into Matt Ryan. I'm Josh Allen, baby. Let me do what I do. So that being said, folks, 7 for 41, 5.9, and a tutty. Josh Allen had 3 touchdowns today. And by the way, he moves into tied. I think he's tied with Steve Young for most rushing yards. Excuse me, rushing touchdowns. I think he's third. I think he's third or fourth on the list. He's got a ways to go to catch Cam Newton. Cam Newton's got like 75. That's craziness. Shout out to my man, Josh Allen. Let's go to the run game. Run game, 26 carries altogether, 115 yards. James Cook. I just can't understand why we just don't continue to just utilize this brother even more. Get him the ball. Get him the ball, man. 14 carries is cool, but at minimum, he's got to be a 15 and get him the ball way more in space. He had 14 carries and he had 1 reception. That was a screen. Get him more involved in your offense, man. Things will move. The guy wastes no time in when he gets the ball and where he wants to go. It's crazy. I look at him like, dude, that looked like if it was anybody else, it would have been like a 3-yard run. All of a sudden, you got the commentator saying, and it picks up a 9-yard run. What? That was a 9-yard run? What looked like a 9-yard run is like a 19-yard run for this guy. And there goes James Cook for a 19-yard run. What? Fam. It's crazy. You got to give that brother the ball, man. You got to. I just don't understand the notion of just not giving the ball to your playmakers. The guy will make. Why'd you draft him in the second round if you're not going to utilize him the way he should be utilized? I know he's a smaller frame guy. I get it. He's a big boy. He can handle it. He's been doing it his whole life, for crying out loud. Let that brother go. Give him the ball in space. Man. So that being said, folks, the run game could be so much better. There's so much potential in this run game. You've got the pieces on the O-line to do it. Spencer Brown, you know that he's a run grader. He will find work and run your ass over. Osiris Torrance is a big boy. He's strong as an ox. You have a finesse blocker in Mitch Morse. He's going to do it. Deion Dawkins is playing like a Pro Bowl damn left tackle. Run the mother effing ball, man. Don't be afraid. But I don't want to get the ball out of Josh Allen's hands. The ball needs to be in Josh Allen's hands. Trust me, when it matters, it's going to be in Josh Allen's hands. But help Josh Allen by giving up the rock to my man James Cook. You got to. You got to. And I know people are like, hey, but you've been hard on James Cook. You damn right I've been hard on James Cook. Because I feel like this O-line and this run game could be so much better than it is. But Dorsey kind of holding my man's back. Yo, give him the freaking football, man. If the NFL is the way the NFL they want to portray the NFL for being is using up these RBs, then use his brother up. If that's the notion, give him the football. Do it. Let him do what he does. We sitting here kind of just tiptoeing in my Jordans, man. Stop, man. You got me reciting riff raff. Anyway, let me continue. And if you guys caught that tiptoeing in my Jordans and that riff raff, salute to you guys if you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, the run game could be better. It's not horrible, but it could be better. Now, here's where I'm the most interested in. Khalil Shakir, the Khalil Shakir game. They absolutely unleashed Khalil Shakir. It was Khalil Shakir's time to shine, and he took full advantage of it. And they trusted him. They trusted him. And folks, I know people want to say, yeah, but he drops half the footballs that's thrown his way. What, Josh Allen's super accurate and he gives you the most accurate footballs all the time? Let's knock it off. We know that's not true. But man, 6 targets, 6 receptions. The offense was flowing when we got these boys involved. 92 yards, 15 yards of pop. The only thing that was missing was him getting in the end zone. Khalil Shakir, receiver 3. That's what it should have been like. But when we have Dalton Kincaid, you got Dawson Knox on the field, it's hard to utilize these guys. So hate to break it to you, Dorse. You might have to scrap that 12 personnel business and stick with spread offense. It's just what it is. Now, you can sprinkle in your 12 personnel here and there. But fam, just look at how the offense was flowing today. It was back to the old ways we used to do things. 11 personnel. Let's go. Khalil Shakir, 6 for 6, 92 yards, 15 yards a pop. Gabriel freaking Davis. Gabriel Davis had one of those games last week where you're like, yo, where was this guy? Where was Gabe Davis? Where was my guy, Gabe Davis? 1 reception off of 2 targets or something like that, 4 targets. This game, it's like they woke up. 6 for 87 yards, 9 yards a pop, a tutty, 12 targets for Gabe Davis. What? He had the same amount of targets as my guy, Stephon Diggs. Now, conspiracy. I like to dabble in conspiracy theories. Can I dabble with you guys? Can I dabble in a conspiracy? He went with 4 targets last week. Could it be that we are showcasing Gabriel Davis? We gave him 12 targets. He caught 9 of those targets for 87 yards, caught a touchdown. He looked good today. The brother looked good. Are we putting him on the trade? Is he trade bait? Are we trying to you know what I'm saying? Put him on a pedestal and then say, look. Y'all want Gabe Davis? He's in the last year of his contract. Think about it now. Listen, I'm not saying it can't, because it can't happen. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but you can never say never, is what I'm saying. And then you go out and get a Jerry Jeudy that is available potentially. Who knows? But that's just me just messing around and kind of putting it out there. But I certainly do love what I saw from Gabriel Davis. Now, if we can continue to get that, this offense just is better when everybody's involved. Everybody gets to eat. It's going to be tough because it's going to face some tough defenses, and we may not be able to get there. I'd like to see more separation from Gabe Davis. But what you going to do? You get what you get with the brother. But shout out to the whole team, man. Gabe Davis, 9 receptions for 87 yards. Stephon Diggs, 9 for 70. A quiet night for Stephon Diggs. 9 for 70, 7 yards a pop off of 12 targets. He's going to get his no matter what. He's receiver 1. He is WR1. Let me tell you something, man. I got one more thing to hit. Dalton Kincaid, boy, you give this brother the football, he is too smooth. And I'm so happy for this brother that got his first touchdown on national TV, Thursday Night Football. He was able to get on that, man. He was able to get on that and, you know what I mean, showcase what he's got. No wasted space with this man. That boy catches, and he's so fluid. It's catch, look, go. Right? It's catch, look, go. A lot of times, receivers, concentration's not there, where before they even catch them, they're looking. And that's what causes the drop balls. This brother's like, I'm out of here. 7 targets for my man Dalton Kincaid off of 5 catches, 65 yards, and he had a pretty toe, what is it? Is it toe swag? Toe drag swag on the sideline. Toes were pointed like this, like Michael Jackson. He was like that. Bam. Toes just dragging out of. Get this guy heavily involved, man. Get this brother heavily involved. This offense looked good today with single tight end being Kincaid. So sometimes, just sometimes, certain things have to happen, unfortunately, for a team to realize maybe this is the right way to go going forward. And what I mentioned this is I'm talking about Dawson Knox. Dawson Knox's unfortunate injury has opened up an opportunity for Kincaid. And I'm going to tell you that right now, folks. I'm going to tell you right now, I ain't trying to look back. I'm not trying to look back to Dawson Knox. I'm just saying, I'm just keeping it a buck here, folks. This 12 personnel is cool. We can do it here and there, but it just cannot be our main offense anymore. It just can't. And I know people are going to say, but it's not our main offense. We've been doing a lot of shotgun. That's what we've been doing. Yeah, but now we need to primarily stay in that. And you know what I'm saying? If it's 12 snaps of the game that's in 12 personnel, so be it. And it's going to be in the red zone. That's when we're going to do it. But for the most part, this is where we're going to be. People, Kincaid is that dude. And we knew that. We knew that when we drafted him. We knew it when we were trying to compare him to, you know what I'm saying, the Travis Kelce's of the world, and we just weren't using him the way he's supposed to. But you saw what he did today. And the more chemistry that he gets with Joshua Allen, Swole Beasley, Swole Beasley in the house, that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. And he's only getting started. Boy had 8 receptions. Listen, he had 8 receptions last week. He's got 5 today, right? In 2 games, he's almost got what he's got all year. Before these 2 games, he had 17 receptions. Before those 2, he was at 17 receptions. In 2 games alone, he's already near that. You got to keep it cooking. Keep cooking with Kincaid. You know what I'm saying? Cooking with Kincaid is what it's got to be, man. Got to keep doing that. So shout out to Josh making an effort in getting that brother involved. He is that dude, man. That catch on the sideline was nasty. And you saw it because the whole sideline was like, Kincaid. They're just tapping the shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Let's go, man. And you got to see how happy they were for him because that was his first tutty. And they all rushed him in the end zone. So for those that were watching the game in the stands that were able to be around him when he jumped into the stands and got him, that's a moment. Whoever took a picture of that, you were there when the rookie got his first touchdown with the Bills. If somebody got a picture of that, that's dope. It's nice. So the receiving crew is going to get better. And this whole 11 personnel, that might be the way we go going forward. It's got to be. Got to be, folks. My man Cody Benz is like, yo, you got to roll Josh out. Roll Josh out more often. Well, there comes a risk when you roll Josh out. And this is the risk that when Josh was under the tent, you found out why Josh was under the tent, because when he rolled out, he fell right on his right shoulder. Tuck it in, rolled, and on his shoulder. And that's where that AC joint is hitting. That's what he's nursing right now. And that's why you keep seeing him stretch it out a little bit. Let me stretch that thing out. So you keep rolling him out, you run risk of hurting your quarterback. So that's why it's got to be calculated. It's got to be calculated. By the way, for those that are super chatting right now, I promise you I will get to your super chats, folks. I just want to get through my spiels and then I'm out of here, right? So let's get to it. Defensive side of the ball. Before we get to defense, I gotta give a shout out to the O-line. The O-line was actually really good today. The O-line gave Josh time. The O-line, there was a moment where Josh hit. Who did he hit? That was just, it was actually, who was it? Was it I think it was Khalil Shakir. Khalil Shakir, when he caught that 30-yard hit from Josh, the time Josh had in the pocket from left to right, he just had time. They even said it. Wow, look, when Josh has time, and boy, he can. Of course he can. The O-line was on it. Salute to the O-line. Salute more specifically to Dion freaking Dawkins. To Dion Dawkins, man. By the way, I just happened to see this comment here. How do I join the BF YouTube membership? Supportbf.com. You go to supportbf.com and it's all right there, baby. All right there. Now, folks, or you don't even have to go to BF. You can actually do it at the bottom of the screen. You guys are watching on YouTube, so right on the bottom of the screen, you'll notice how to do it. But anyway, let me get into this defense. For a defense that was depleted with big-time key injuries, we did a damn good job today. We honestly did a damn good job today. We were forcing pressures. Baker Mayfield was never comfortable. Baker Mayfield was shuffling his feet, just looking for where to go. And he's just looking here, looking there. Like, we never allowed that brother to get comfortable. We couldn't. And it's led by Terrell Bernard. Terrell Bernard had a solid game once again. Yet again, this guy's having a damn good year. Jordan Poyer woke up today. Hey-oh. Jordan Poyer was alert. Jordan Poyer was all over the field today. Love what I saw from Jordan Poyer. Even Terrell Dotson was making some noise today, folks. Now, I still would prefer somebody else over Terrell Dotson, but he was not bad. He wasn't a liability. Salute to my man, Terrell Dotson. Did you guys see? I don't know if you guys saw it. It was a kickoff. Josh Norman absolutely laid the pipe on some cat. And it made me think that's why they brought his ass here over Kaiir Elam. Because he still got that dog in him. He still got that nasty in him. He he still loves the game. That brother went downfield. I was like, woo, who the hell hit that dude, man? That was a pop. I'm like, wait a minute. Josh Norman? Josh? Is that you? Certainly was him. My man's 35 years of age playing special teams and getting down that field, man. Salute. Good for him, man. Love seeing it. You'll love to see that type of stuff. God, that made me. I was like, God, okay, this is what kind of game we are. This is the tone we setting. All right, B, let's go. But defense was solid. Ed Oliver, welcome back. Ed Oliver get it to sack. Ed Oliver absolutely dog walked that guard. That poor guard didn't know what was coming. And then I'm really starting to like this whole hey, woo, love it. Ed Oliver. That boy got paid, and he's acting like he got paid. Usually it's the other way around. So salute to my man, Ed Oliver. You handled your business. So, folks, I come to this. I look at this defense, and I see the pieces that we have on the squad, and it's going to come together. This is a great system, and it's a matter of us getting once we start getting to know what the goal is, and everybody knows their role, especially with new roles being given. Right? New roles at the cornerback spot, new roles at the linebacker spot, new roles on the defensive front, right? Poona Ford's going to have to step his game up a little more. New role for him. Obviously, Phillips, new role for Phillips. So once everybody fits into their new roles and things are recalibrated, and now everybody knows, okay, we get it now, and we know how to play with one another, because everybody's got to get used to Phillips now. Everybody's got to get used to Tyrell Dotson being the other guy, right? So once we're used to it and they know what the strengths and cores are of these players, we become a better team. It's as simple as that. So love what I saw from Khalil Shakir. Love what I saw from the offense. Love what I saw from, obviously, the defense. Y'all handled your business. Sam Martin, solid game today. He had 3 punts inside the 20. Chef's kiss. Love every bit of it. Special teams is important, baby. Special teams is important. So, it's not just about the statistics of the individual, though, folks. It's about the optics and what it looks like and how it looked like when it comes to team stats. So we had 25 first downs today. Like I said, we dominated this team. 25 first downs today. 16 of them were on pass. We went 7 for 13 on third downs. Love it. Over 50%, where we're supposed to be. We're one of the best in the league. If we're not top 3, we're in the top 3. If we're not number 1, we're definitely top 3. Defense on our side for third downs, we let these guys went 4 for 15. We were on it, man. We had these boys punting left, right, center. 68 total plays. We had 427 total yards to their 302. We were just shy of keeping them under 300. Here's the one thing that I really liked. 31 minutes of time of possession. We held on to the ball. We controlled it. We did great. I really do want to get rid of these stupid penalties, 9 penalties. And most of those penalties came in the second half. We got to stop the penalties, man. It's going to kill us. We need to be better in the red zone. We're 2 for 4 in the red zone. I talked about a shotgun in the red zone. Knock it off. Get yourself under the center and let's roll. We got to be better than that. We got to put these teams away, man. Because once we put them away, once they're to the point where like, fuck, I don't think we got a chance, then we can pour it on, man. But when they stay in it and they think they got a chance, bro, nasty things happen. So we got to put these teams away sooner, way sooner. So for the most part, man, there's really not much else to share on this team because, bro, we were dominant. We were dominant. I just would have preferred that we handled these guys way sooner. We let them hang around just way too long, and we're a much better team than that. We're a much better team than that. So now let me just get into the overall of this game and what I loved and what I didn't love and all that good stuff. We got to do like trade deadline's coming up. We got to figure it out. We got to do something about that. Question is, are we going to do something? Do we have the money? Do we have the funds to do something about it? Is McDermott and Bean working on something? Is he trying to get a running back to town? Do we want to protect Josh even more? Right? Is he trying to add another receiver to town? Is he moving on from somebody? Right? Are we bringing in a corner? Are we bringing in a linebacker? There's so many angles that we can hit and take. Philadelphia Eagles don't give a damn. They're like, hey, Julio Jones, you want to come play? He's like, yup. They just got Kevin Byard from the. So it's craziness, man. You gotta give these guys credit. So that being said, folks, I gotta delete that one. Here we go. That being said, folks, apologize for that. That being said, it's one of those situations here where the win is nice. The win is it's important. Important that we got that win, and now it really is a matter of like stacking. We got to stack these dubs. We got to stack them. We got one, and now we keep going. So we got the Bengals, in a little over a week's time. So this is where we got to start, putting these wins together. And a win against the Bengals will be a big one because A, it's a rematch. We got to repay them to show them that we're a more superior team. And it's going to be a challenge for us. And the beautiful thing about this is an AFC conference match. And everybody's going to be watching this bad boy. So we got to handle business. We really do. So that's why this win was super important. This win was super important. Now, here are the things that I got to say that I'm not thrilled about. We decided to just tuck our tails between our legs and just be conservative in the second half. Although I understood the notion, but like, why do we have to be the ones that are conservative and just, we tried his poor plays and now we're going to punt it? Are you kidding me? Like, we're too elite of a team in terms of what we've done in the past and what we have on our squad right now to sit here and start punting this football. Like, we are much better. We are much better than that. We are much better than that. So in that regard, that's what I like to see. Another thing I liked, and someone on this defense is emerging and getting more comfortable on this defense, and that is freaking Christian Benford. Christian freaking Benford is emerging as a confident player. He's always had the confidence. He had it last year, but my goodness, Christian Benford is showing out. Now, it's unfortunate with that catch from Evans, but Evans was quiet all game long. Right until the end. So Christian Benford coming on has really shut the door on Kyer Elam. I mean, to the point where they're bringing Josh Norman, for crying out loud. But you've got to give credit to freaking Christian Benford. Those two boys are holding down. Dane Jackson and Christian Benford, they're gaining valuable reps right now. And in this system, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. So, folks, great win. There are some things that we need to fix. There's some things that we need to, obviously clean up. But this win was something we definitely needed. We needed this win. We got the win. And we kind of got out of this game unscathed. No major injuries, just some nicks and bruises. That's great news. Allen gets a time to refresh and get healed up and move on for the next game. We got to. That's something that's super important. So that being said, peoples, there's not much else for me to share, man. Like, this was great. I'm gonna jump into the super chats here, and we'll get on it. So let's get into the super chat, folks, because y'all are spending some hard-earned cash on me, so I got to read your questions. My man Josh Martin, what's up, Josh? Josh comes in and says, "Hey, man, Bills' last 2 wins came on non-called defensive pass interferences on the last play. Bills are an average team at best. Damn, at best. Barely beat Baker, Tyrod, and lost to Mac Jones. Damn. Well, keep this in mind, Mr. Martin, that they were in a lull. They were struggling. They were trying to find their way, right? And today you notice that they kind of went back to the old ways they used to do things. Josh was I wouldn't say allowed, but Josh was given the ability to use his legs and run, and you saw the big difference in this offense. So when we stop thinking too hard and start overthinking things and just go with the flow and let things happen the way that naturally your athletes know how to do, let them do it. And you saw the difference today. What a huge difference. 41 yards rushing for Josh Allen. He had another 324 passing yards, and he had 3 touchdowns today. When Josh Allen's doing that, it's hard to beat this team. And when we stay aggressive, and I know we will have our moments where we stay aggressive, but when we stay aggressive, we're even better. We kind of took the foot off the pedal in the second half. That part I did not like. Not a big fan. My man, Eric Pete. What's up, Eric? Eric comes in. Eric was on my ass last week. Let me see if he's on my ass this week. The fact that it could have been a loss on the last play is wild. You're absolutely right with that. 100%. McScared got to get those fourths and ones and fourths and twos. I know what you're saying. Team came through. Head coach did not. Phillips on the milk carton. Kincaid is a beast. Josh is joshing. And Dime D is fire. Well, a lot of things that you said there, Eric, and the one thing I will say that I agree with you is we allowed these guys to stick around right until the end. I couldn't believe it. I'm watching my man Andrew, and I'm like, fam, are we serious? Are we doing this? Well, we let this team hang around and hang around and hang around and hang around, and now they're actually going to have an opportunity to freaking hit a freaking Hail Mary. And you know our track record with Hail Marys, not great. So I'm seeing this. These guys are dinking and dunking and staying in the game. And I was like, what are we doing? Then Jordan Phillips hits that penalty. I was like, come on, fam. And they're staying in it. And Baker Mayfield was able to get up there and throw that football. And the worst part is it touched nobody. It fell right onto the ground, meaning nobody was even there to even try to bat that thing down. So if somebody was just there, just turn around and catch it, that would have been a disaster. That's the biggest blunder of this game. The biggest blunder of this game was the fact that we let this team hang around. How are you going to let this team hang around? Any team for that matter. And this is why we are where we are. The Jets the first week, we let them hang around. And they beat us in overtime on a freaking punt return. The freaking New England Patriots hang around, and they beat us on a last-minute play. Notice how these games that we're losing on these last second at the end of the game, like it's not like they just flat out just whooped our ass. No. We let them hang around. We let them stay around and just occupy space until they had the choice to either end us or at least have an attempt. The Patriots ended us. The Baker Mayfield-led Buccaneers had an opportunity. So that's the one thing I can say, major blunder. Now, is that on coaching? I mean, listen, we have the ball with 2.5 minutes left. Khalil Shakir gets the football, returns it. He's running, and then he downs it. What are we downing it for? Be aggressive. Get running. Get going. I just didn't understand that. There's 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. And on top of that, they had the 2-minute warning. Why are we catching it and going down? Be aggressive. I just didn't understand that. I kind of lost it. There was way more game involved. Had you actually made the attempt to try to run it and try to, you know what I'm saying? Who knows? You move the ball to the 40, 45, kill more clock. These guys don't even have that opportunity. I didn't understand that part. See, this is part of I got to save this for the show on Tuesday, but these are the things that pee me off, man. That pisses me off. Like, fam, like, Put this team away, man. The Buccaneers were not even on your level. Not even close. Rashad White is nice. I like Rashad White, but no. He ain't shit. Mike Evans is that dude. And he wasn't anything at all because this defense is that good. But we let them hang around anyway. Could you imagine if they allowed that team to catch that football and the Buccaneers stole that game? I would have been alongside national media saying boo to the Bills. That would have been a disgusting loss. That would have been unacceptable loss. I mean, the one last week was unacceptable. This would have been blasphemy. But thank goodness we got out of it. A win is a win at the end of the day, and I hate to even say that. A win is a win. We got it. It wasn't pretty, but we got the win. We had some pretty things in the first half. Second half, not so much. Eric, appreciate that super chat. Salute to my man Bartek. Bartek, oh, what's up, Bartek? Bartek says, yo, must win. Only reason they even had a chance was because of the ridiculous TD 2-point combo of the year. The tip ball. This, honestly, man, it's like Thursday Night Football was meant for bullshit like this. I just don't get it, right? A no-need penalty. Yes, Jordan Phillips. Best all-around team performance in a long time. Complimentary football, baby. Oh, God, don't start with that complimentary football. But you know what? It is what it is. But for the most part, folks, yeah, it was. There were some things that happened in this game where you're like, what? The 2-point conversion actually went down off that tip? Okay. Mike Evans actually caught that football off a tip, off of the helmet, off of Benford. I mean, there were some things that happened. Like the tip ball, the only reason they got into 10-point, into territory to even score their first touchdown was off of a turnover. That was it. Josh tip ball they end up intercepting it, and that's how they scored. That's how they got in the end zone today. Had we just allowed them to play football from minute 1 to minute 60, maybe they scored 10. That's it. Maybe. That's why we gotta clean things up in that aspect. We do gotta clean them up. We're a little too sloppy for my liking. Thinking out loud, what up, bro? Says Dorsey is so lucky he got Josh. Where would this flag football offense be without him? Cook deserves more carries. Kincaid is the man. I don't disagree with anything. Dorsey's he's got to be better. That's what it's gonna have to be. I know he's into year 2. Year 2 is he's not like he has been doing this a very long time, but you got Josh Allen. That's all that matters. You have Josh Allen. Not everybody has a Josh Allen. You have Josh Allen. So find things that work for Josh. Find things that work for this offense because you have Josh Allen. I don't want to hear crap. Get it done. Get it done there, Dorsey. Tebow. What's up, Tebow? Tebow comes in and says, hey, Dotson needs to sit down. He needs to sit down. Never knew Oliver could help this defense so much, this much. 5-3, on to Cincinnati. Stop forcing digs, and our offense moves. Need to trade for a cornerback. Man, a lot of things being said. I get it. You got to squeeze that into that super chat right there. But you're right. Dotson, I mean, listen, Dotson wasn't as bad as people want to say he was. He wasn't. He really wasn't that bad. I've seen worse games from Dotson. Ed Oliver, on the other hand, dude, he's playing nice, man. There's no ways, there's no and ifs or buts. There's no ways about it. He's a good player, and he was solid. He's turning into the player that we've always wanted him to be. And it's okay, because right now is when we need him the most. So let's roll. Absolutely. This win was absolutely great. 5-3 looks far better than 4-4. 5-3 looks far better than 4-4. And a couple losses from some teams that we need, and we're right back into it. We're a game behind the Miami Dolphins. The Jets are half a game behind us, so we just got to stay ahead of them and catch the Dolphins, win this division, and let's go. One game at a time. One game at a time. Super chat coming from my man, John Kaiser. What's up, Kai? He says, how do I join the Bing Squad? Well, my man, supportbf.com. Like I said, I appreciate you, by the way. And even on the bottom of that screen, I think because I'm on another platform. But on the bottom of the screen, you can actually, there's a subscribe button. If you just back out and subscribe to the team and to the Big Squad, much appreciated, John. I know you don't have to do it, but it is appreciated if you do. Appreciate that very much. So Eric Peak, once again, Eric Peak is coming for me again. Fun fact, he says Kincaid has the second best catch percentage rate in the NFL. 25 receptions, 27 targets per PP. Kincaid, number 1 in the league for tight ends catch rank. How difficult it was. He had 2 targets today. So that now target is 25 receptions off of 29 targets. But still damn good. Still damn good. That's why we got to keep going to, man. You can't stop. You got to keep going that, brother. Sean Hogg, what's up, Sean? Sean says they put Poyer at LB and Rapp at safety. I loved it. Did you see that? That was great. I actually loved seeing what I was like. Hold on, is Poyer playing linebacker next to Bernard, and Taylor Rapp is up there? Yo, I like this. I like this a lot. That's why this tells me Milano was such an important, integral part to this defense. Milano was so good for this defense. We are going to miss Milano heavily. But the fact of the matter is this: Poyer was in that very position, and Poyer broke up a very important play. And he just smacked that tight end, and that ball came out loose. Damn good job by Poyer. Poyer had a really good game today. Poyer was active. He was activated, man. He was ready to go. John Kaiser, what's up, Johnny? Johnny says, Benford is a dog. Yes, he is. I could really see that dude becoming a big-time corner. Other than the TD, he was basically shut down. Dude, other than that touchdown, he was still on him. There was some separation, but you're also going against one of the best and consistent receivers in the game in Mike Evans. So you got him. You got to give Benford credit, but Benford he was really good. And this is a confidence booster that Jamar Chase coming next week, I'm ready. I'm ready for Jamar Chase. T. Higgins, I'm ready for T. Higgins. Tyler Boyd, I'm ready for them cats, man. Bring them on. I'm ready for them. And that's what you need. You need games like this. You need to stack these games like this. And that way you can do big things. I look forward to it very much so. My man, Fluffy Panda. What's up, Fluffy Panda? Fluffy says, yo, shout out to the 12th man. They were the most consistent thing on defense. Half kidding. Better, but still not quite edible. Needs more time. Needs more oven time. I will say this, though. I'm watching from home, so you guys will have to let me know, but wasn't the stadium quiet to you guys? Didn't it seem quiet? I'm watching the game. I was like, yo, why isn't this thing loud? Like, what's going on with Bills Mafia? They're normally louder than that. Was it a level of nervousness, trepidation in the stands? We're like, I don't know if I could, or was it just like the way that Allen and McDermott took the steam out of this game? And when I say steam, I'm talking about like you lulled us to sleep almost, man. Like it wasn't as exciting as I thought it'd be for a Thursday night. I wasn't on my edge of my seat. Or I wasn't enjoying myself like, oh, they're killing it. It was just like we were in this place where like, yo, why are you letting this team hang around for, man? Let's fix this thing. This team is hanging around way too long. Like that was my notion. We're a much better team than the Bucs. Why are they still around? Why is the score still close? It was 24-10. One more score, it's over with. Now they're in desperation mode. They're going to start doing things that they're not accustomed to doing, and then that's where we can just end this game. But we allowed them to stick around. They methodically got things together, obviously with their penalties with helping them, and they got in the end zone. And all of a sudden, 2-point conversion, all of a sudden, it's a 6-point game. Oh, shiggy. And all it would take is a touchdown, and it's a wrap. Extra point. So we have to clean that up. I can't imagine that this was the plan, but Coach McDermott's ability to be conservative, that's what did it. But you know what? He got away with the win. That's what was needed. On to the next. That's what it comes down to. By the way, shout out to my man Bryce Denny. 40 months as a freaking Bing Squad member. I love it. Thank you for the subscription, my G. King Cam. What's up, King? King Cam says, yo, I just want an explanation why our players can get hit with helmets and not get flagged. That was very interesting. And I'll try to my best to explain. It was weird, man. It was a melee, and why the punter decided to get involved. First of all, move your little scrawny ass out there somewhere. But I think it was Christian. Not excuse me. It was who was it that lifted his helmet? I think it was Terrell Bernard. Terrell Bernard pushed his face, but as he pushed his face, the helmet was half coming off. And then the kicker decided to like, what, you want to talk to me? And he took it off and inadvertently hit, I think it was Greg Rousseau in the face. But it was blatantly right in front of the ref. But I think the ref was like, I ain't calling no flag on this thing. You guys are being idiots. Get on with it and stop your nonsense. It wasn't like he went the freaking Mason Rudolph route with Myles Garrett. Take off your helmet and whap. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he went that route. It was just like it was halfway off his face. He took it off and then, but I mean, you're a kicker. Go sit down somewhere. That's what I call it. You're a kicker. Relax. John Kaiser says, I hate to say it, but losing Knox might have been the godsend for this team. Getting out of the 12 personnel was like a breath of fresh air. It was. It's sad to say, isn't it? You go from a team that was, excited to go 12 personnel and all the possibilities out of 12 personnel, and it's still effective because Quentin Morris will be back at one point, and so will Dawson Knox. So at the time we'll have to make a decision. But we also have time to see what this offense looks like with just Kincaid. And if it's effective, truth be told, it only makes us better. Because now the primary receiver out of the 12 personnel will not be Dawson Knox. It will be Kincaid. Because I feel it was the other way around. In 12 personnel, it was always pretty much going to Dawson Knox. And Kincaid was relegated to, the blanket option. Now it's going to be the other way around. So maybe it'll just make us that much better. But you probably needed Kincaid to take sole possession of this tight end position, get comfortable, get the chemistry with Josh Allen, and then maybe we'll see a different variation of this 12 personnel. But for now, scrap that. It's the 11 personnel. It's 11 and 10 personnel now, baby. That's what it's got to be like. Sorry. Not sorry. Anyway. Listen, folks, in conclusion, man, we took this game. We won this game. At the end of the day, that's what matters. Do we have some things to clean up? Absolutely, we do. But I can rest knowing that we are 5-3 and we've got time to heal. And now we watch for the NFL deadline for trades to see if we're in the position to make a trade with someone. The rumors are out there. We're going to find out what's really good. Folks, and if you guys are tuned in, I have the pleasure tomorrow of joining the Bleacher Report team. And I will be streaming on their platform, representing BF, representing Buffalo. So I'll be talking trade scenarios tomorrow. So download that app. If you are Bleacher Report, I'm on Bleacher, Rico_BF_. Follow me on the Bleacher Report. We'll be live streaming tomorrow on the Bleacher Report app, and we'll be talking trade scenarios. Who could we possibly go get? Who would be a good fit? Where do we go? Is it offense? Is it special teams? And what can we do with such player? Right. So the stream will be at 10 o'clock Eastern time. So Bleacher Report, 10 o'clock Eastern time. Hit me up. Let's join me, man. It's gonna be on the Bleacher Reports app. And so yeah, come see your boy, man. I'm trying to do big things, man. So much love to the Bleacher Report team for reaching out, and we're gonna crush this day, man. You know how we do. They haven't seen this flavor yet. So we're gonna bring that. So that being said, I appreciate y'all. If you guys are showing love and you guys have been showing love, come join me tomorrow on that stream. Let's talk about it, 10 a.m. Eastern time on the Bleacher Report app. So here's the deal, folks. We love this team. We love what they're doing. And it's about time that we start to stack these wins. And we need to remind the league, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes a couple losses got people talking crazy. You know what I mean? A couple losses and a couple ugly wins got people talking a little greasy, right? Listen, the San Francisco 49ers are down twice. They've lost 2 games in a row. All I'm hearing is, oh, are they fraudulent? Are the Niners even that team to, you know what I'm saying? It's so easily that people can just switch up on your ass. They can switch up on you, and all of a sudden, you're not the potent team anymore. Watch the Eagles. The Eagles might lose next week easily. And all we're talking about, see, the Eagles ain't anything, right? Once the Bills start putting these wins back together, and now we go into the Bengals. Are we at the Bengals? We're at the Bengals. We're in Cincinnati. So we go to Cincinnati, and we wax the Cincinnati Bengals. It'll be the Bills are back. The Bills are back. You know how it is. And we got to. And the Bengals right now, they're looking good right now. They're looking good right about now. And they're catching up. They're starting to get a rhythm. So this is going to be a tough game once again. But one thing I will have to say, though, this is not the same team we had last year. Every team is different. Every vibe is different. Like, we're not expect the Bills to come in and crush things because we've got some injuries. We got we're working out some kinks, right? So what I'm trying to get at is, like, we got to cherish these wins and these moments because, like, we're a good team, but our record says what we are. Our record says what we are. We're 5-3. We are 5-3. That's what our record tells us. So Cincinnati's game, I had us losing this game to Cincinnati. I hate to even bring it up, but based on my predictions this year, I had us losing in London to the Jaguars, and I had us losing to the Bengals. I did not have us losing to the damn Patriots. So I had us losing to those two teams. So, folks, let's not lose to this team. We are more than capable of taking them down. So, that being said, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. If you guys have not subscribed to the channel, do me that favor, subscribe to the channel. If you have not joined as a team member, as a Bing Squad member, and signed a subscription to these Bills fanatics and Buffalo fanatics, do me a favor. Sign up, become a member, and let's get this thing cracking. So, folks, enjoy the rest of your evening. I know it's late. It's almost 2:00 in the morning for me, but I'm used to it. I'm always up. I'm a night shift guy. So enjoy the rest of your night. I hope things work out. Join me tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern time, Bleacher Report. We're going to talk about it. We're going to do things, and we're going to get these things cracking, folks. So Bills win 24-18. Baker Mayfield relegated to whatever. Josh Allen looked like old Josh Allen, and maybe we'll continue to get old Josh Allen going forward. And I'm going to tell you right now, if old Josh Allen resurfaces, the league better watch out. The league better watch out. We put up 24 points in early. Wait till we start to really be aggressive and not conservative. We're going to double up. So hopefully we found our niche and we get this thing going. So, folks, I appreciate your time. Tomorrow is a Friday. We're going to try to do a Friday show. I don't know if it's going to be me and my man Z-Bot, but it'll certainly be me once again. And maybe Z-Bot will join, or maybe it's just going to be Z-Bot. I'm not sure yet. We're going to figure it out. And then Saturday, you're going to get my guy, Rev. He's going to be cracking it up and ranking it up for you guys. And then we got Monday off, man. No Sunday games. We get to relax and just watch everybody else play. It's cool, collected. And then we have all week to kind of focus and get ready for a Cincy game. I'm talking like I'm playing. You're not crazy. Anyway, I'll leave you at that. So, folks, enjoy the rest of your evening. The Bills win. Things taste better. Things smell better. It's just the way it is around these places. All right. So, Josh Allen, once again, leader of the squad, 300 yards, 3-touchdown game. Josh Allen is, we move how Josh Allen moves. Is what it is. And guess what? And the defense feeds off what the offense does. So if we continue to do what we do, defense will continue to do what they do. And here's this word again. Then we'll start doing and playing good complementary football. Isn't that crazy? So that being said, folks, enjoy the rest of your evening. And I appreciate you guys joining the stream. Smash that like before you get out of here. Let's get this thing to 700 likes. And see you guys tomorrow morning on the Bleacher Report. Salute to y'all. And until next time, it's the Buffalo Fanatics. It's the Rico Report. Have yourself a great evening. It's your boy, and I'm gone. Peace.